Hey, all, it's Friday, and you know what that means. It's blind day, and boy, I got something special for Trent today, and he needs it because work is kind of grinding him down this week.
Kind of want to quit, but it'll be fine.
You'll get through it. It's just, you'll get through it.
It'll be fine. I'm a bit stressed out, but luckily I can drink tonight, so then I got to go back to work after this. So
when you look back, you look at it and go, boy, that was a real character builder, that really progressed my career. All those good things, happy thoughts.
We'll see. Appreciate the words of encouragement there, but
all right.
I'm excited because this is a rye blind from what I understand.
It is.
You made the bold claim in the whatever video that there's one in here that I have not had, and you're hoping that it gets to the top.
I think there might be two of them in here that you haven't had, but you've had a lot of stuff I know nothing about, but I think there's two, so I'm only going to give you a couple different things here. Don't overthink this. All right?
Well, that's kind of what I do.
Don't overthink it. The other thing I'll tell you is there's no big unicorn banger bottles.
I wouldn't expect that with you.
With me?
Yeah.
Okay,
I know I would, because
he's right.
You're very much like, what can we pull off the shelf that's available to everybody that we can pit head to head in a good competition. So I didn't expect a unicorn of any kinds.
That's all I'm going to give you, though.
Oh, that's all I get.
That's all you get, dude. And the rye whiskeys.
Are they finished? Can you tell me that?
Dude, I can't tell you everything. I can't tell you everything.
Okay.
You're good, though. I mean, you're a Matt Madness, competitor, and you're good at all this stuff.
I did not get far.
Very well.
I did decent in the first round, which was finished stuff. That seems to be my thing. But
you did good. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right. Well, before we get started, real quick, can I? Trenton threw out a challenge or a competition of sorts to name our last video.
Oh, yeah.
To name our last video when we bring out 4 bottles and we taste them and we see if we like them or not. Trenton, I will tell you, it was an overwhelming decision. A lot of support even from the folks in the comments to PVB _ Nole, Nole.
Okay.
His heading for the shows, his title for the shows is Sip It or Skip It.
Love it.
Sip it or skip it. He had like 80 likes and 15 comments. He had a bunch. Well, great job, whoever that is.
That was like the highest?
Yeah.
All right, well, what is it?
PVB
That's
_ Nole.
Old Noel, if you're watching the video, please email slbdrinks@gmail.com. Yeah. I don't know what we'll send you. We'll send you something.
It might even be that pillowcase. You never know.
It might be. I didn't think it all the way through.
You never know.
Maybe I'll give you a little trick-or-treat candy in the pillowcase, too. Who knows?
All right. Thank you for that, though. Your responses were great. We had tons of ideas there. Tons.
I got some
fantastic.
I got some good thumbnail ideas that we could do for that.
Good.
I'm not going to give anything away, but
don't do that.
We have 5.
We got 5. We got to get going. I couldn't help myself. What I did, Trenton, I tried to narrow it down to 4. At the end of the day, I just couldn't do it. So we got to get started. We got A. I did it right this time. We got A on the right.
Oh, good job.
All the way to E on your left.
Proud of you.
So, thank you very much. That's pretty hard sometimes.
I'm going to put these on the screen, so if you want to... Actually, what I might do is put up, because I know some people said they like to drink along with.
Oh, yeah.
So what might be...
I do remember that too, yes.
Maybe I'll put, the legend up now, real quick, pause.
Yeah.
And then I'll put them all down below so that you can see them.
Yeah, then they can pause the video, go get them.
Yeah.
And
if that's your thing.
Move along with us. It's a great idea. Good job, buddy. All right. Well, let's get started, bud. We got a lot to do here.
Yeah, we do.
So we got...
Hey. That smells delicious.
Now, I know what's in the glasses, of course, but I don't know the order. Your mom's the only one that knows the order of the glasses,
okay.
So I don't know what's in each one.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna... I'm gonna go with you on notes and, and stuff like that, but I'm not, I'm not gonna give you too much.
This is kind of like a quintessential rye. It's very good. A little bit of a minty kind of action. You get the rye grain, get a little of that barrel. There's a tinge of a tinge means a little,
yes,
a hint of some kind of, it's almost like a marshmallowy type thing, or it's like a sweet.
I was going to say kind of even want a mapley type note in there, maple note, marshmallowy confectionery. I get that. It was a little bit hot on me on the first sip because, as always, this is our first sip, mine anyways. You might have been drinking through the day. I'm not sure to get through your day.
No, I probably shouldn't, but I thought about it. This is a really good. I like this all around. I don't have any. If I had to give it a knock, because I'll always try and give something a knock. It's a little bit dry at the tail end there, but really, like, that's it.
That's good though, bud. I have to agree with you there.
Could you tell me, like, are these within a specific proof range?
They're fairly close.
Price range, anything?
And yes, they're all fairly close.
Okay.
They're all fairly close, and the proof is, I mean, you know, you're going to be within probably, they're fairly close, all I can say. I'm trying to think in my head. They're probably 10 or 15 apart maybe.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that's cast strength or barrel proof in here.
Okay.
So you know that.
That's very good.
We'll do that on another show.
Perfect. Wow, that's way different. Whoa. Now this has that like Sharpie marker. I don't know what.
Which one, in a good way or the bad peaty way in Scotch?
No, it's good.
Okay.
What is an astringent? Like, what does that even mean?
Astringent?
Yeah.
I tend to think
Like
more of
bad?
a bitterness.
Okay.
Like a bitterness, a sharp bitterness note. So if there's a little bitterness, when I explain it, Trent, I say there's a little bitterness there, of course. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of an oxymoron, but that's what I say. But if something is astringent, then it's sharper. It's a little bit more pronounced in a sharper bitterness.
Gotcha.
It's roughly the way I look at it.
It's a little bit appley. It's a little bit markery. That's all. That's about all I got on the nose there.
Very good. It is a lot different.
It is
a lot
not
different
at all.
from the first one.
I'm not gonna lie. This tastes like fall. Like if you were to jump into a pile of leaves.
Sure.
And you swallowed a leaf, or you got some leaf particulate on your palate. That's exactly what this is like. Well, maybe like a little bit of a barkiness or something. That's wild. On the nose, I would have thought this would have been a little bit more of like a sharp rye, but it's pretty mellow. Actually, it's pretty nice. I don't think I've ever had a rye like this. It's unique, different, weird, but in a good way.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Well, so Michelle makes fun of me sometimes because when we're at the store, she likes to smell all the candles.
Yeah.
And I just did what I think she described. I'll pick up a candle and I'll smell it, and then I point it at her to smell it, and then as she's going to smell it, I like blow my breath out in her face on accident. So she's like, I can't even smell the candle because all I smell is your breath.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I did that,
yeah.
But I think I just did it with the glass. There's a little bit of condensation in there now. Sorry, honey. Anyways.
Well, I will say B was much different than A. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Different qualities in each one.
And these are around the same price point. Usually, I would think
they're
that
not too far apart.
I would think that a unique kind of rye like this would be more on the expensive side.
Okay.
But this, let's throw me for a loop.
Okay.
Oh. Now that's good.
That's very good, isn't it? A lot of sweetness coming out of there.
It's pretty dark though.
Nice.
I don't have really any smelling. Smelling? Nosing? What would Robert say? Smelling?
Smelling notes, probably you would say that.
Wow, that is very sweet.
Yes, it is.
That's gotta be like a finished of some sort. It gives me like a similar sweetness to like a honey barrel. If there was a rye, I've never had a honey barrel rye, so I really don't know how it like mixes with a with like rye. But on the note, now that I say honey, I might have tricked myself into it. It smells like honey on the nose.
Does it?
And it's quite sweet.
Yeah, it is sweet. I'll grant you that for sure. I still, though, Trenton, it is very sweet, but I'm still getting that rye characteristic with the tingle on my tongue.
Yeah.
You know, there's still some bite in there, in the rye whiskey. But it's also very sweet. I will tell you that.
I'm a big rye fan, and I think this is also, I think we've talked about this before, but when you say that sometimes a finish can overpower the rye or the bourbon or whatever you're drinking, this is like maybe just a smidge over the line for me.
Okay.
It's very good. It's very sweet. I will do something if this isn't a honey finish of some sort, because that is like screaming honey notes at me. I don't know if you got the honey from the yellow jackets in my yard, because there's an abundance of those, but...
Those hornets?
Yeah. I don't think they make honey, actually.
I don't think so either. They just come out to put the hurt on you. That's what they do.
Pointless insect right there.
Yes. D. Oh, wow.
Now that smells like grapes.
Wow. Pretty prominent aromas coming out of this glass.
It gives me a similar... This reminds me of like a Buffalo Trace rye at a lower proof point, because
I can see where you're coming from with that.
It smells like a rye, but it also really, if you like huff in deep enough,
Yeah.
like you're smelling some glue or something, it really smells like a Buffalo Trace-esque kind of profile.
Neat. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I can see where you're coming from there.
I haven't had Sazerac rye in a long time. Mm-hmm. I think I still have the original bottle that I got from Binny's when we found it there.
Really?
3 or 4 years ago. It's just not my favorite.
Well,
I mix it in a Sazerac cocktail. I don't drink it neat.
Yeah.
But, wow. Very mellow on the palate. Mm-hmm. That's like a good... It's pretty sweet, but you still get a little bit of the rye.
Yeah,
in there.
that's kind of almost... It could qualify, actually, as we spoke about, in a prior video, as being somewhat of a daily sipper.
Yeah.
Something you'd pull off the shelf quite a bit if you're a rye whiskey drinker.
That's like a grape Laffy Taffy. Just like I get on Buffalo Trace. Interesting.
Very.
This would be a great beginner rye.
Yeah.
This isn't something that I would drink every day, just because it's a little bit on the flat side.
Okay.
It's just kind of like even throughout. There's no high notes.
Right.
There's no low notes. It's just kind of a nice even ride. When you're looking for a smooth ride with a rye, this would be the good way to go.
I can't deny that. Yeah, for sure.
Last but not least.
Yes, sir.
Holy smokes.
Well, that's very nice as well.
Now that smells like maple.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Did you get the Sagamore maple finish?
I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you. Your mom swore me to secrecy on this because she knows I'm kind of a light
blabbermouth?
I'm a softie. I give in all the time, don't I, honey?
I really want to know what it is, though. You should.
Yeah. Nice look at your mom walked up to the camera now because she knows I'm going to fold.
Dude, that takes a complete turn. What in the F is that?
It's got some barley notes in it.
I'm not going to... These are all 100% rye.
Yes.
I would not guess that.
Yeah.
I would guess that this is like a very, very high barley bourbon.
It's not quite, Trenton. It's not quite what you would taste in a 4-grain bourbon, but it's kind of edging that direction.
So 4-grain rye? Is that a thing they do?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I will tell you this: there's no 4-grain rye in here, but I can see where it comes from because the barley notes are fairly prominent. I enjoy that a lot. Actually, and me being not the trooper you are with the rye whiskeys, for me personally, there's some pretty cool bourbon-esque characteristics coming out of that glass too.
This, like the way that Old Elk has a higher barley content in a lot of their bourbons. This reminds me of an Old Elk rye, a little bit more of a lower proof one. It's got a little bit of a kick to it.
Yeah, it does.
But it's very, very unique. And that's what I like in a rye, something a little bit more unique. There are times when it goes a little bit too over. But
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, now's the time, bud. You have to pull out your first one, is for last place. Honey, I'm not going to give you my lineup. I might be able to share at the end of the video what my notes are, even though I know what's in the blind, but I don't know what's in the glass.
All right, well, I just took a second sip of E here.
Okay.
and it was a little astringent, as you might say.
Okay.
Or a little bit more on the ethanol-y side.
All right.
All right. My first out
Yes.
is going to be D.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see it coming.
It's difficult. It was either going to be D or E. And my only thing was like, okay, if I'm going to drink this,
Have a sip of D.
it's a little bit too flat for me. It's honestly like
You were saying that, yeah. when
you mixed
sipped it.
rye with 50% water. It just drinks like really, it's a smooth sipper, great daily drinker.
Okay.
But it's just a little bit flat for me.
Okay.
And then I had E would be my fourth place.
Wow.
Is how I would kind of go
Yeah,
about
we're
things.
off a little bit there.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. I'm just going along with the flow. So don't look at me for anything. I'm just trying to. Usually we're somewhat close on the first
Yeah.
few. On this one, if both of us didn't know it, we wouldn't be on this one.
Yeah.
You're not doing it in order?
No. I'm gonna let Trenton shine here.
I'd be interested in your order.
Nah, it's all right. No.
I want to hear your.
Wants to know your
I want to hear your
Well,
order.
I'll go
I want to hear your order
at the
afterwards.
end. I mean, I've got notes written on here,
This is a team effort.
so don't worry. I'm not gonna fib. I'll
Okay.
let you know. So now you're on to A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you have left. All right.
This is actually gonna be pretty tough. All right, I got mine.
Yeah.
Should I say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
My
Sure.
third
Go
place
right ahead.
is going to be C.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
Right.
Right now, though, and I'd be interested to revisit this in the future, it's just a little bit too sweet. Talk to me 5 years ago, I would have loved this because I was all over anything sweet. I'd be eating
Right.
tons of sweet stuff and not giving a you know what. But
Sure.
now it's just a little bit too sweet for me, so I'm gonna have to do that in third. And then my second, this I will say this wasn't a close first second race. B would be my second.
Right.
It honestly tastes like you're jumping into a pile of leaves, and I like it
Yeah.
because you get that, and it's almost like leafy. Like we say dusty, and you talk about a library book and all this stuff, but this is like leafy. It's different. It's the
Speaks fall.
yeah. This would be a great like a fall sipper kind of rye. It just emulates a lot of the flavors that you think of when you think of fall: pumpkin spice, leaves, all this stuff. But it's interesting. By far, though,
Okay.
A would be my first place. A is incredible. I love it. It's dare I say the perfect proof for whatever this is.
Okay.
It tastes
For you.
familiar.
All right.
I would
Well-
guess that I have tried this before. I don't know what it is necessarily.
My guess
But-
is you have too. And I will tell you this, that would have been my first place as well.
Really?
As
Okay.
you can, well, you'll see later that has the highest score on, and I just kind of went through a few things just to finalize what I have down here. But I scored A as the highest first taste through.
Okay.
So I would have been in agreement with you now. I think where we would have disagreed is everything else for the most part.
Really?
I don't know. I
What'd
think
you
so.
have?
Don't worry about it. We'll get to it. Well, okay, honey. If you want to write it down real quick, I had A in first. I had E in second. I had. Now keep in mind, I'm not dwelling on this. I'm not sweating over this. This is your blind. So E I had second, and C I had third, D I had fourth, and then B I had fifth. So you had that in second. I had it in fifth.
Wow.
I know.
Wait, what'd you have in fifth? B? Mm-hmm. Wow. I just had E again. It is very, I don't want to say not good, but it's really like astringent right now.
Is it
Yeah.
for you? Huh.
I don't know. Are you sure we have the same one in E? It smells really good.
Hey. Again, it seems a little bit more brighter characteristics in it, and that's kind of appealing to me. I'm not the rye connoisseur.
I'm not a
as you
connoisseur
are.
at all.
So, you know, hey, I'm just going off what I'm feeling up here right now. I don't know. So let's put it this way: when we reveal the bottles, I'm not going to be disappointed on which one's in first or fifth.
Okay.
So, you know, they're all. Yeah, go ahead. You're going to hear a guy. She's hiding around the office door. Okay. All right, babe. Go ahead and just go off this strictly off of Trenton's list.
Okay, this is Trenton's 5th.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is the brand new Hard Truth, Trenton. I don't know if you've ever had this before. This is a $40 bottle. Actually, I left the sticker on it on purpose. Harry always puts stickers. $42.99 is what he charged. This is their brand new rye, and they brought it out as some form of a more affordable bottle. So this is their High Road Rye, straight rye whiskey. It is 93 proof.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I actually scored that second. Huh.
Okay, that's the one that I said
No,
kind of
no.
smelled like Buffalo
I
Trace.
apologize. Which one's this, babe?
That's his 5th.
Which is
D.
D. Okay, well, I put it in fourth. So we were pretty close on this one, pal.
This is very reminiscent of if Buffalo Trace made a rye. Mm-hmm. Oh, this smells exactly like that.
Yeah.
It's a very good mellow drinker.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest with you.
$40, too.
Even though I said
You know?
it was in fifth, honestly, not that I would go back. I might go back and switch actually, because I tried E again
Yeah.
several times.
And just
And
E is not doing it for you, huh?
It's a little
That's all right.
It's a little harsh. So I'm gonna. This is unprecedented. Unprecedented. I'm gonna go with this. Would be my fourth. So also your fourth.
Well, hang on. You have to prove this through the keeper of the key. Is he allowed to change once he's seen a bottle, honey?
Well,
Are you
it's
gonna
never
allow
happened
it?
Before.
I've never. I'm not gonna.
Before.
I think we both know. I'm not gonna say.
That's fine.
See a bottle and be like, oh, I like Hard Truth better than whatever.
That's fine. You can change it.
I'm gonna switch.
So you're gonna put this in fourth place. So I guess, honey, give me his original fourth place, and this will be actually his fifth place bottle. Huh? Look at there. Old Forester 100 proof rye.
That's just not sitting well today, and it's probably because it's pretty low in the in the glass.
Whatever.
No, I don't know. It's
Which one is that, honey?
taste mine.
E.
I put it in second place.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I can find flavors, but I really have to search for it, and it's not up front, which I'm not a huge fan of doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's just not for you today.
I guess not.
Hey, that's blinds. That's blinds. It
I
drives
love
you
blinds.
nuts, right?
I think you did this on purpose.
Well, I mean, for people that don't have,
Yes.
that don't do bourbon
Thank you,
whiskey, I'm kind of thinking of food. How some days a taco sounds really good, and then other days it doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing.
It's a blind
So
tasting.
first place would be like pizza for me because I could eat it every day.
Could eat it every day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
I don't think you've never said no.
I think
ever.
all of these whiskeys in here are reputable. So
For sure.
even if you do 1 to 5, don't worry about it.
Am I bummed that this is in last place? Sure.
Yeah.
But am I gonna go out of my way to make excuses for it? No. Today it's just not hitting right, or maybe it's just bad all around. I don't know. I thought I liked it.
Of course it's not. It's not. That's like a 23. This is the 1 liter, but in the 750s, this is like a $23, $25 bottle. You can't beat that. So what's this one, honey? This is next. This is his third.
This is C.
In which I had in third place as well. Yes.
Number 3.
Yes.
C.
Oh, the baby bottle?
Yeah, baby bottle.
I know you've never had this before. Our friend, Corey Schneckenberger, who is a Patreon as well, sent me a couple samples of this Ohio-based distillery.
This is what letter?
This is C. And I will tell you this. There's a couple things that Trenton has done extremely well in this blind that I don't think I could have done, really. I will say this one I probably would have caught. But Trenton, the distillery is Hayner, and I think I'm pronouncing that right, Hayner Distilling Company out of Ohio. They source this from MGP. So the original rye is actually, you might even like their original rye whiskey because it is a 50-50 blend of 4-year and 6-year 95.5 rye from MGP.
Okay.
So probably pretty good. But it's finished in maple barrels, not honey barrels, maple barrels. What they do is they send their used rye barrels to another local, and I apologize, I don't remember the name, maple syrup company who age in barrels, and then they age for 3 more months. Their standard rye whiskey in the maple syrup barrel, and he sent me a couple of these, and there is a bourbon honey barrel, same kind of bottle in there too. You might want to try later.
Thanks, Corey.
So I get it. It's a little sweet. And I kind of figured Trent would do that, but I wanted to throw it in there anyways.
It's pretty sweet. Well, what I'll say is, Corey, thank you for the sample. I feel bad sometimes. I have to cut your name off in the list at the end because the names align. So sometimes your name's Corey Schreckenberg instead of the
Well, that's just not right.
I know.
I'm sorry, Corey.
I'm going to put you on your own special list in this video. I'm going to give you one full screen for your generous.
Yeah.
For your generous.
Yeah,
what is
he
this,
just
Hainer?
wanted to show off some of the Ohio whiskeys that they have, and I actually thought it was really good. Actually, if you're really into a nice sweet whiskey, that's really a nice sip.
I need to work on my
like
maple
a dessert.
and honey identifiers.
It's like a dessert sip.
It is for real, yeah.
All right, honey. What's his honey? All right, babe. What's his second place?
Second place.
Look at there. For you.
This was your last place,
What?
Kurt.
My last place? Oh, son of a gun. Wild Turkey 101 Rye.
Is this the one I said
Wild Turkey
tastes like leaves?
101 Rye.
Wow.
Wow, honey. All right.
Have you had the rare breed rye? I almost said rare bird rye. Shout out to David from Rare Bird. Do you like it? What do you think?
I do.
I've never had it.
Get out of here. It's over there.
I
It's
have
really
not.
good. I enjoy it. All right, honey. We're all in anticipation of what his first place is. It would have been mine as
Does
well.
he know?
No, he has no idea.
Do you want to guess?
Oh, he's always in for guesses. Now, I will tell you this, since we're this far along in the video. You know, I always got to throw in one bottle that competes against lesser bottles.
I will take a stab in the dark here in a second, but well, okay, I had a guess and now it went out the window because all these are between like $25-ish and $42.
I think this was like 50 or so, but it's a finished. That doesn't really relate to the category. You know, that's a finished,
Yeah.
so more expensive.
Whatever this is, if you see it, go out and buy it. It's delicious. I love it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Everything you want in a rye and then some. The proof is really nice.
Yeah.
If the theme is still within the bounds here, then the price is also very good for this. Hold on, I'm gonna smell it and taste it one more time.
I think he's going to get it because he's pretty analytical, where I'm not, and he knows me pretty well. So that's my guess.
My guess initially on the proof was like 110.
Okay.
I think Pikesville is 110. And it's also just about the same price as this. So if this is your upper echelon, and you said you put in like a, what'd you say, you put in like a banger for one of the first place or something?
Well, yeah, you know, I always like to try to throw in one bottle that it'd be, you know, you never know if a $25 bottle might beat it.
My guess would be Pikesville, but I have no idea. My initial guess is you tossed in another hard truth.
Well, first place.
Pikesville.
Go buy them now. They're very good.
It is very good, and I know some folks have a hard time finding it. What is the price point of this now? 50, 60 bucks?
I thought last time I saw it, it was $42.99.
Get out of here.
Either that or $45.99. I bought.
What a buy. What a buy.
I bought.
Heaven Hill, right, Trenton?
This comes out of Heaven Hill. Yeah, it's a 6-year for $42,
What
and
a
it's
buy.
amazing. And you get you can get a Willet Rye that's a 4-year for $70 now.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a great bang for the buck.
Yes.
I would be interested to do a blind with like a Pikesville and a Willet, and
Yes.
some of those bigger players that
Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
are well known for their ryes.
Yes.
Heaven Hill, I feel like, is not well known for their ryes. If Pikesville is any indication of what they're capable of, I think they should kind of
Yeah.
continue on that path. But
Yeah, it's an incredible rye, and
Buy
I didn't know what was in the glass, but that was my highest rating through the sips too. But all right, here's where I was coming from, Trent. Real quickly, we got to bring this to a close. But
You sure? This was fun.
all of these except for this one here. Okay, this is a finish, so I had to throw you for a loop. You know, I always have one. I got to kind of throw you a little boomerang there. But the rest of them all have lower rye mash bills, all of them.
Okay.
So I kind of wanted to stay with that. So that's what you kept saying. I wouldn't be able to tell this is a rye. I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, okay.
You're actually on the right track on all of them.
Okay.
Because between this one and this one, they're in the low 50 percentile, and this one too. So all of these here are in the low 50 percentile of rye grain.
Interesting. You really went all in for this theme here. I got to step up my game.
I really wanted to put this one in here too because it's brand new.
Yeah.
And I knew you probably wouldn't have had that before, which I think for $40, kudos to Hard Truth.
That's a good.
Yeah,
bottle.
for putting some out there is a little bit more accessible, a little more affordable for people. So I think that's great as well. But I tried to throw this one in here because I didn't want to put a $100 bottle in there. I thought that'd be silly, but I thought this would be a good one. I mean, that's a rye whiskey that everybody tries to find, and it's really good stuff. So
I'm glad you put this in here. Because if this were to get like 4th, 5th, 3rd place above all these other ones, I might have cried myself to sleep more than I already do. But that is a great bottle.
And you never know how blinds are going to come out. And that's why I put it in there.
This made me question everything I know.
It's all right.
So did this.
It just didn't, it didn't hit you today.
I haven't had the Wild Turkey 101 rye either.
I use it for mixing for the most part.
Yeah.
I know there's folks out there that really, really like the sip in general. Just me, I prefer, as you saw in the blind, I prefer the Old Forester rye as a sip, for a sipper. But, I think both of them are very solid for the price point. Both of them in that $20, $25 range.
Tastes like Leeds Wild Turkey. Check it out, too.
All right, that's all we got for today. Hope you had fun with it. I know I did. All right, we'll see y'all next time right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.
Still sounds wrong.